Okay, so it looks like Victor Wembanyama may be the real thing. We are only in preseason, but apparently he's been popping off. I've not seen any of his preseason games, I'm not going to lie. I do watch NBA, don't really watch the preseason though. And when I do watch it, I watch the East Coast matches because of the time difference. I never get around to watching the Spurs or Golden State or anything like that. Just highlights. So we're going to check this out. It's just called So Victor Wembanyama by Dom2K. So make sure you go and subscribe to him. Let's check out this video and see how he's been popping off. He has just played against Golden State Warriors and done pretty well, apparently. That's not going to be in this video because this was released like 6 days ago. So there you go. Let's dive in.
I have made exactly 2 preseason videos on this channel that I can actually remember. One was the overdramatic Zion video that
Don't remind us about Zion.
Because if he had been healthy, I think a lot of what I said was true there. And
True.
then I quit after the James Harden video. Bro just didn't even use that move, even once in the regular season. In any case, I try to stay away from preseason analysis. It is preseason. Some guys are just trying to do cardio. Others are actually trying to make a statement. Every now and then, though, something catches my eye, and I can't help but get excited. I think we all knew a Victor Wembanyama preseason analysis was coming sooner or later. I have been awaiting his interest into the league ever since I first saw him scrolling Twitter probably 2-3 years ago. I had the pleasure of watching him up close in Vegas. After that second game, like the Spurs, I had seen everything I needed to see. It was clear once the confidence improved, he was a very capable player. I was already impressed with...
We have done a video on Wembanyama before, by the way. Go and check that out. It's not the first time we're hearing about this kid.
Then there was last night's game. Again, preseason, nobody on the Heat is playing. I still want to go through a lot of what he did and what the potential is here, though.
Good.
A player at his size, moving the way he does, giving a team the options that he provides. I just feel like we should take a look. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Congratulations, San Antonio. You got one.
First Tim Duncan, now Wembanyama.
At the free throw line, he's initially the help here on a potential Thomas Bryant role. That is taken away. Immediately shifts back to Haywood Highsmith on the perimeter, who actually does get by him. Yet, as you'll see, getting by Wembanyama is probably not going to be enough a large percentage of the time this season. Not only that, he drove straight into help, kind of just had to put something up, and look where he blocks this shot. He blocks it all the way at the top. If he hadn't have got to it, it had a chance to go. I might mention he did this with relative ease. The element that's really going to take me time to get used to is a 7'4" player being run off of screens as if he's a shooting guard. Of course, with him and his skill set, you have a ton of options. You saw in the OKC game, maybe it's a one dribble to a 3-pointer. Maybe it's an attack to the rim. That's pretty much where his mind was here. Except the entire defense collapsed, so he just stopped and took a little soft free throw jumper, which I will also point out was technically contested. It's just that you
it doesn't look like it.
Point is that really a contest to him? I don't know. For this play on a potential break, you've got him as the...
I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I have a question for you guys. I could always Google these questions, but I prefer asking you guys, you know. I'll let you guys go and do the research if you don't already know. Has a rookie ever been MVP? And could we see that with Wembanyama? Could he just break the game? Could he just completely break the NBA and basketball as we know it? Let me know.
He aggressively cuts middle. That gets taken away, so it's a one dribble to the side, pull up, jumper, fading jumper at 7'4". Alrighty then. This shot missed, but I do want to point out this is the exact type thing you would see from Kevin Durant. Handoff, reject the screen, one dribble into the pump fake, actually gets the defender moving, fades, and had a really high chance of making this shot. He just didn't get the bounce.
That is a bad shot though to take, right?
That is going to make a lot of lives miserable throughout his career. Steps in the paint to help, blocks the vision.
I mean, I don't know if I'm being overly critical with that, but if we had a rookie coming into a team and taking this shot,
one dribble into the pump fake.
Are we not saying this is a bad shot? You got 12 seconds left on the clock. I know we're in preseason; it's been overly critical, right? But you've got a guy. You could move this ball back round. Surely you could reset this and move it back round. Is this not a poor shot to take?
Moving, fades, and had a really high chance of making this shot. He just didn't get the.
We can't just buy into everything the man does, right?
That is going to make a lot of lives miserable throughout his career. Steps in the paint to help, blocks the vision. Sohan is there to read the passing lane, gets the steal. And this man is going to Euro step dunk. That is just utterly ridiculous.
That
is
ridiculous.
Moving like that at almost the size of Yao Ming. It's for sure going to take some time for his post game to come along. I think that's where sometimes the lack of strength really shines through. That does not mean there aren't scenarios where he's going to be doubled. When he is, somebody is going to be gifted something. It might take a couple passes, but there will be some gifts. Once again, another miss. Just for the sake of looking at options though, this could have easily have been a handoff into a screen. He could put the ball on the floor, and he also has the option to just get 1 foot behind the line and shoot, which, especially in his rookie year, will probably be the preferred option.
Though, right?
As that shot really comes along, however, I don't think there are going to be any options that a defense is comfortable with. Just the fact that one of 3 or 4 things could happen, it's gonna put incredible pressure on the defense. We've seen off-ball screens for him on the perimeter. You've also got off-ball sending him to a side, and he immediately makes his choice here. Gets set, shot, good. Once again though, just on the topic of pressure, when Wemby's defender catches that screen, this could be a shooter setting that now you're trying to communicate who's going to Wemby, where the shooter is, where Wemby's going. Just so many options as he gets more talented, as his team gets more talented. Oh buddy, how about a defensive highlight and guarding multiple people? There is one more or less wide open under the rim. He slides over to deter that and then turns around and still gets the block. That's what's really frightening. Whatever happens with this
the blocking potential is crazy in it with a guy that tall, man. I knew he can move quick. I don't know why I've paused him in this position here. What you doing, Wemby? What are you doing? You're giving birth to that basketball there, brother.
This year, his defense is going to be
What's going on?
Especially being used as a roamer, not always having to be on the ball, maybe not sticking the best player. He's gonna wreak havoc. We saw something similar to this in the OKC game where he was actually beaten off the dribble, turned around, and still got the block. Because of his physicals, he can break a lot of rules. And if he stays disciplined and breaking rules becomes the second option, oh buddy. This is the one I posted on Twitter, and I wondered if it was going to get a lot of slick comments because I got used to watching it over and over. However, when I saw it in real time, I was pretty confused. Trey Jones with the go screen takes the pass. Wemby immediately cuts, and before he even passes the top of the key, he's calling for a lob. Trey is already in the process of throwing the lob. He gathers himself at the free throw line. This pass is on its downturn, and he catches it as it's on its downturn.
That is mad.
Turns it into an alley. What am I looking
at? Brings
Seriously,
it back up. That's mad, yeah. That is mad.
It still turned into a lob. That's a video game glitch. That is a video game glitch lob. Glazing aside, though, once again, just the pressure that will be applied to defenses. This is your 7'4" big man passing and cutting. At a minimum, this is opening up shots for his teammates. Oh, and this was
it's just the knees I'm worried about, man. I hope those knees stay healthy. I mean, he doesn't look very big. Like, he's not got, well, he's tall, obviously. That's a stupid comment. He doesn't look very big, though. You know what I mean? He's not very built. So hopefully the knees aren't under too much pressure there. But that's the big question, isn't it? The joints, how are they going to hold up in such a long season?
He is taking the ball up the court, going to receive the screen from a potential shooter. He's aggressive, though. He's looking for his own shot, and this is just pure skill.
Especially playing the way he does.
I don't know what you do with a player of this size, exhibiting this type of skill with the ball. You're never going to contest this. Your hope is to poke the ball away first or have enough help to make it a terrible shot. If you just freeze it, though, falling away, you look where the hands are. This is a wide open shot. A wide open shot he manufactured on the ball. Nothing came of it here, but I will pull up the OKC footage because something similar happened. Once again, he's just kind of helping, lurking, using that wingspan and strips it. As soon as he does this, he's clearly been instructed to get down the court as fast as possible. One of his guys will find him.
That was a naughty steal
here,
as well.
Though, if you were watching the OKC game, he did this and he was gone. That's what led to his dunk. I expect to see many fast break Wemby.
Wait, sorry, how far away was he when he just made that steal?
One of his guys will find him. Doesn't happen here.
Are we not going to talk about this? Look where 1 foot is. 1 foot's nearly at the 3-point line. Not nearly at it, but, you know, it's not that far away. And then my man's reaching all the way past the free throw line. And he's made a steal.
Though, if you were watching the OKC game, he did this and he was gone. That's what led to
an insane
dunk. I expect to see
steal.
many fast break Wemby.
My man should be highlighting that shoulder.
Off of just ridiculous steals. We talked about the double teams he'll potentially be seeing.
Sure.
Even if his post game isn't quite there yet, they still had no choice but to double here. Sohan fakes the screen and reads that, cuts down the middle. Just great instinct from both guys here. I'm excited for Wemby the passer. I don't need to say much for this one. I just want to point out the fact that Thomas Bryant is 6'9", and it looks like a point guard got dunked on
like
here.
A baby.
Just one dribble, nothing anybody can do. We saw something like this at the very beginning of the video. Thomas Bryant is trying to create something down the middle. Wembanyama has picked up on this. He's clogging it a bit. In the regular world, this almost always opens up some type of shot, except Victor has successfully held down the paint and blocked the jump shot as it was pretty high up. Once again, I don't know what you do. What the hell?
He's going to break the actual 2K game as well, isn't it?
Preseason ball against a team where, I mean, to be fair, a lot of these guys are...
You can't even make a guy like this on the game, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's not like a broken build, right? Or something where it's just something that wouldn't be achievable in real life. I don't even think 2K allows you to make a 7'4" guy or whatever this guy is that can move the way he does.
Trying to play for minutes in a job
because it'd be
still
broken.
Not the most physically capable defenders. I am curious who's going to be his best defender this year. Before we even get to all that though, I am just very encouraged by a guy that once again,
he's going to bring a lot of eyes back to San Antonio.
He came away from Vegas just thinking
a lot of eyes.
He's just got to get stronger and more confident. Then there won't be much he can't provide to a team. This is the rookie that I am most excited to see since Zion. He hasn't let me down on purpose. He just hasn't been on the court. Let's hope this story goes differently. What are you projecting for Wembanyama's rookie season? Let me know in the comment section. Also hit the...
Honestly, I think he's going to absolutely pop off. I think he is going to pop off. With Zion, there seems to be way more doubt before he actually came into the league. People were already talking about injury problems in his weight and the difference in the NBA compared to college football and the way Zion plays. Wembanyama is completely different. I think he's going to pop off immediately, and I think he's going to be it's going to take some time for teams to figure out how to play against this guy and what the best strategy is to contain him, if it is possible at all, especially with such a great head coach who knows how to utilize a guy like that. You know what I mean? You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm sure many of you have much more basketball knowledge than me, so I'd be interested to read your comments and respond to you. Make sure you do that. Do subscribe to the channel. We've got more football, basketball, baseball content on its way every day. I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy. Peace.